Hey, Thunder, how's it going? Hopefully, you're doing well. I'm super stoked today. Hopefully, you are. Today, I'm going to do a mass attack on both Crystal and Fossil. So, this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm trying to make it look reminiscent of a Avengers versus X-Men cover. I'm really excited about this one. Greetings, Kingpin. How's it going? Yeah, no, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I finished up an art class not too long ago, walked the dog. So now I'm here. I'm excited. We get to do a little bit of a comic book cover for a Team Crystal versus Team Fossil cover, which is going to be a lot of fun. This one, I'm going to see if I can find that picture actually so that I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see. Verse X-Men comic. Let's see if we can find it in an image. I want to say it's that one right there. Yeah, so like this cover right here is essentially the vibe that I'm going for. So I'll pull this up over here on a separate page in case I have to refer back to it. But that's essentially kind of the outlook I want to do with this cover for crystals versus fossils. So I think it's going to look good. I'm stoked. This one's going to be a fun one. So it won't be completely full bodies, but we'll have like a whole war going on. And I have this dividing line just to kind of give me some idea of how much space that I'm working with. So that's going to be pretty good. But yeah, so let's do this thing. I found three already. I found three artists already on Team Crystal that I want to draw. And so I'm going to start there, and then I'll probably keep going in and out and try to find some other characters that I can add to it. But the first one on this list is... Let's see if we can find it. Oh, that's the wrong folder. There we go. This one's hidden. So there's this character. This character's name is Spectra. But I think her human name is Piper something or other. I can't remember. But yeah. Hey, Ben, welcome in. Yeah, so I'm going to be drawing this character. I have to decide where some of these characters are placed, though, whether they're like front characters or not. So maybe I'll have to figure out who the front character is. So that's option one. Riku over here is a common writer, OC, which I thought was kind of cool as well. Let's see. And then I've also got one final one that I had, because I only chose three ahead of time. This one's called Slipstream. So one of these has got to be like team leader for Crystal, I think. Hey, what's going on, nerd? How's it going, dude? But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So one of these guys is going to have to be captain. I think I'm leaning closer to the common writer character, to be honest, to put them front and center against whoever the fossil equivalent would be. So I think that's where I'll go, and then I will put Piper behind common rider and then Slipstream behind them. Is how I'm going to do it, because Slipstream's got all the glow. Although it could be like the Phoenix, I guess, that's in that comic cover, so who knows. You're shocked the Caden King didn't attack after you attacked their character, Crystal Light? There's still plenty of time, right? We still got like a week. So yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do this character first. And then I'll kind of make my way there. So yeah, so that'll be the plan. So let's do this thing. I'm going to zoom in down here so I can kind of see where I'm working. There we go. And then I'll move this piece down this way. We got face and for this, like it's got like the bug helmet for like the Kamen Rider theme, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah. This person should be front and center. And for some of these guys and some of these characters, I wanted to mess around with like metal and armor, mech stuff, because I really don't ever do it. I find those to be like super tough, so I usually stay away. So I'm gonna force myself out of my comfort zone for this, just a tad bit. Let's see. I think she has. I don't know if she has a blaster. I don't think she has a blaster. That's okay. We'll work with what we've got. Because I don't remember the abilities on this one. Because Kamen Rider could be a bunch of different things. Whether it's just all fighting related or if they have weapons. It's similar to Super Sentai or Power Rangers, things like that. But yeah. We'll figure it out. Just trying to get an idea of just the sketches for here. This will be kind of similar to the Fellowship of the Art things, a mass attack that I did. This is kind of how I started out. Although I think I had the general blocking done ahead of time, ahead of stream. This time around, I kind of came up with the idea earlier today. And so now I have to like work it out. But we'll get it. We'll get it. And if anything, I might... and I bookmarked these characters too, so it'll make it a little easier for me to kind of find them. So in case I need to draw some more inspiration or see a little bit more about their character traits and stuff, then I'll totally do that as we get there. And these are all going to be completely fleshed out. Like no one's going to get the Mr. Asona treatment for this one today. So we're going to do this all justice if we can. And I haven't decided if I'll attack others that I've already attacked or if it'll all be new. So that's still in the decision round for this. And I think Kingpin, you on your stream when you were dealing with Aaronfold, you talked about the armor and struggling with how to move those like shoulder pieces. I definitely know I'm gonna run into an issue here too because I feel like this is gonna cause me an issue with movement. So we're gonna find out though. I probably should have had a pose in mind, but I don't have a pose, so we're just kind of doing this as we go. Maybe have the character lean in a little bit closer to the center. Because I think in the X-Men one, I think it was a little bit further back. Yeah, so Captain's further back, Cyclops is further back. And then they build towards the middle. So maybe that's what I gotta do. Maybe I gotta play it like that. But yeah, appreciate you guys joining me on a Thursday. I'm gonna tilt this just a bit. What's wrong with this? Just a bit. Sorry, I was messing around with a couple buttons. Let's do it to about here. This way I can get a wider opening. And I think one of the fun things has been taking an art style that's very drastically different and then just kind of seeing what you would do with it, like putting it into your style, like a draw this in your style challenge, things like that. I don't know how far out I want this to go. Because it doesn't look like it goes that far, so maybe I'll cut it to about there. Just gonna try to keep it loose. Kind of see where this takes us. Ben says also apparently Kamen Rider is heroes who fight and have motorcycles instead of Zords and Megazords. Yeah, and they got kind of the same deal with like weapons and other things. Definitely like Kamen Rider. That Super Sentai has always been some of my favorites to watch. You know what? I think I'm doing this whole thing wrong. Let me do this again. I'm actually gonna scratch it real quick because I want her. So let me just pretend like this is her head. So let's pretend this is her head. You know what? I think I might do like a hybrid. I might do like a hybrid mask and face thing. Because I know that's the visor. But we're going to see. I'm just doing this so I can have an idea of what direction the head's looking at. Because I think I was thrown off on just by looking at the sketch I was doing a second ago. And I am treating this like more comic booky, if that makes sense. Maybe have her like leaning this way. This would have a fist on this side. Again, I probably should have thought of posing before I jumped on stream, but you know, we kind of figure it out as we go. she'll have like a fist over here, maybe. Picking up this wrist a little bit. See, Ben says, imagine if the heroes of Wanana, however Mr. S spells it, Wannana. Anyway, imagine the 7 heroes as common riders. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be interesting. Would be an interesting take. Love this transform tool, not gonna lie. It's my best friend. Maybe somewhere around here. Okay, so that gives me a little bit of a idea for this pose. And then I think one of the things that I struggle with for sure is like female proportions, female bodies, things like that. So they always tend to look more masculine whenever I do this sort of thing. But the hope is by messing around with it long enough, I'll kind of see the silhouette or the parts that I need to make it a little bit more feminine. Okay, so eyes would be possibly there. Just gonna draw on top of this. Because we might just put the visor on, we might not, we might mess around with that part. But yeah. Ben also says, also, is Riku the orange color of the 7 legendary heroes? He is, yeah. I try to show that with his hair. We're gonna get to a point in the story later where their clothing all changes. And then it'll be pretty obvious at that point. Galahound, welcome in. Whose design am I redrawing? So the artist's name, and I'll spell it out because I'm not even sure myself. It's Aycief. And the character's name is Riku, Riku. But yeah. And it's a Common Rider OC that I'm drawing. If we do keep visor, or if we remove visor, we'll find out. Say that's where the visor is. And then if I were to move these, I'd move them kind of like this. Hey, thanks, Thunder. Appreciate you. Alright, welcome in, dude. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm doing a mass art attack on both Crystal and Fossil. I want it to be reminiscent of this comic book cover for Avengers vs. X-Men. So this is kind of where the inspiration's coming from for what I want to do for this art attack. Right now I've got 3 characters for Crystal that I've pre-selected, but I kind of want to do like maybe 5 on each side. Just kind of depends. So I am messing around with this Common Rider OC first. The character's name is Riku. And a lot of the selections I chose were just because I don't do many, I don't do really any mech designs. So mech armor types. So this will kind of help me get some practice in. But yeah. Ghost Guy, what's up? What is Art Fight? It is essentially a place where artists get put on one of 2 teams. They put up their OCs, like their original characters, and they essentially draw fan art for each other for points. Here's the website in case you want to look up any more information of it. It happens in July, so there's only about 1 week left to be drawing. So I'm drawing some fan art for 5 artists that are on Team Crystal and 5 for Team Fossil. I'm on Team Fossil. We got a few other Team Fossil peeps in here. I think 1 or 2 Crystal peeps. I know King's part of Team Crystal for sure. Out of the art group I'm with. Yeah. What's my username in Art Fight? Hey, Chaotic, welcome. Here, I'm just gonna put it in here for you. So this link that's about to pop up from this command, it'll lead you straight to mine. And then you could follow me there. Team Crystal? Awesome, awesome. Yeah, no, definitely. Hopefully I fall under one of those considerations. But yeah, that'd be cool. We've had a lot of fun just kind of like building up our community here. Happy arting, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And then we'll do another one of these right over here. Galhan asks, so why do I have to be part of a team to submit my art to be redrawn? Oh, whoa. You retracted it? Okay, no worries. Missed it. I wasn't fast enough. Gotta be quicker than that. I actually kind of like this shape on the second one more. Let me erase this one. We'll try to do that one again. And by that I mean, clearly we are just copying that over. There we go. The beauty of digital art. Oh, sorry. What I said was, so do I have to be part of a team to have my art redrawn in an art fight, or should I submit anyways? Yeah. So you'll end up creating a profile. You'll put your original characters on it. After you get thrown onto, you'll get thrown onto a random team, or you can select a team, whether it's Fossil, whether it's Crystal, and then people will find you, and if they want to attack your art, they'll attack it by creating fan art for you, right? And then you do the same thing for other people. You can do revenge attacks by creating attacks or fan art for those that have attacked you, things like that. Yeah, and then Harian's adding in some extra info. Alright, I thought I wasn't going to like this helmet, but I'm actually liking the helmet. I'm glad I selected this one. It's kind of like being the captain of Crystal over here. Like the Captain America from that cover I just showed you guys. I think I need to bring this a little bit closer that way. And this one's got to become a little bit more overlapped. I know it looks sloppy, but that's how my brain works. And then when I get to the cleanup for like the line phasing and stuff like that, it should look nice enough. Clean, readable. And I feel like as long as I have most of these elements in here and it looks like their character, I feel like I've done my job. But yeah. Let's see. Galan says, well, I guess I'm a bit late to join. There's only really a week left. It's never too late. You never know. Hey, Disco, welcome in. You quit playing Minecraft to be here? You know, you could do both, right? You could be a multitasker. But welcome, welcome. Let's see, if I get rid of this layer real quick, I can adjust. Because this helmet is too flat on this side. Even for like the side view. Just doing this so I can remember when I get to these points. Yeah, Thunder's playing while watching. No, absolutely. You don't know if your computer can handle it? Hey, look, that one stream I had going on. I don't know if my computer can handle anything. Lucky enough to still be on here streaming. Alright, I'm gonna pretend that there is no armor over here for the shoulders, so I can do the bottom layer of it first and then draw on top. I don't know what my goal is for today. I don't know if the goal is just to get several sketches in here first and then get to the cleanup phase on another stream. If I'm going to find all 10 characters today, I don't even know. Then we just got to play it by ear. Let's see, this one goes this way. It's weird because it's like all zoomed in here. You know? Let me see. I'm wondering if I need to do the same thing here that I did with the front side. See what the before and after were. Or maybe liquefy. Let's push it out that way. Alright, we'll figure it out. I'm sure it'll look a certain way once I do the line work. Hey, Ark, welcome in. I'm doing well, doing well. Just setting up a mass art attack for Team Crystal and Team Fossil based on like an X-Men cover. But yeah, our goal, hopefully, is to get 10 characters max on here. So 5 and 5. I'm starting to think that these need to go off screen. Let's make them go off screen. Or does that feel too weird? Disco says, I unfortunately will have to leave, however, because plans exist, but I'm glad I could catch at least a glimpse of this stream. Well, hey, look, I appreciate you being able to stop by for sure. The art piece is looking awesome. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm a little self-conscious about it because I wanted to hopefully top my Fellowship of the Art Things attack. Just because it's another mass attack. But I'm going to be honest, I think that one's going to be hard for me to actually beat. Or to top anytime soon. But yeah. You were in a shop, that's where you're like, hey, no worries, dude. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Ice cream? Does anyone want some? Yeah. Depends from where. Every place has something different. Whether you're at like a Rita's or a Cold Stone or whatever. Let's see. I feel like this should be wide. Like that, maybe. Cherry, cookies, chocolate, vanilla, cookies and cream? Sure. Okay, so let's make this into a triangle. Okay, I think it's alright. Not bad. Hopefully that doesn't get you dizzy. I like to, hey Cloud Sky, welcome in. I like to just flip my canvas every so often. But yeah. Hopefully you're doing well today. We just got, I'm doing a mass art attack on Team Crystal and on Team Fossil for Art Fight. Are you an art fighter by chance? Let's see, and then there's like a blue color, it looks like. Okay, there's some other like line designs too on her, like I guess on the armor. So I gotta keep that in mind too. Just making it bigger because of the armor that she's wearing. Which means I might have to move that hand up. What's my favorite ice cream flavor? I think it would be like, so I got two right now. So I've got cookie two-step, which is essentially a cookies and cream with cookie dough and chocolate chips in it, which is really good. Or at Cold Stone, they have like this birthday cake remix, but it's like an Oreo celebration version of it. So it's kind of got like some Oreos, rainbow sprinkles. It's got like marshmallow fluff or Oreo like marshmallow cream thing in there. It's delicious. Thunder's having Oreo ice cream. Sweet. Yeah, you can't beat it. I don't know. Let's see. And I think this guy might be like this on the arm. Possibly, potentially, maybe. You know? Let's see, there's two of those. So for the size that I did for the forearm, maybe I should make them a bit bigger. But yeah. Harriet says, I'm tempted to go to the shops to get some, what is it? What's clotted cream ice cream? What is that? That's kind of cool. Cloud Sky says, I want to make attacks on art fight, but I do traditional art. Do they accept it? Yes, they do. Harriet said the same thing. Yep. No, for sure. So yeah, here's a link in case you want to go to it. And then here's a link to my art fight profile, and then you could follow, and we can continue to grow this art community we've got. Yeah, it's kind of like vanilla. Okay, cool. Favorite ice cream flavor is bubblegum? Cool. See, I never got into that. I know my wife enjoys like cotton candy. I'm just like, oh, I couldn't do it. I don't know. actually, maybe. Maybe I don't see this side. Because I'm wondering, because that would be on the other side, I think. The little bump. I feel like this would be smaller. And I'll adjust it when I do the line work phase. But for right now, just because it's just trying to get a sloppy sketch down with some ideas, this would be fine. Mint chocolate chip for Ben. See, I don't like mint chocolate. I'm not a fan. I rather chocolate just be chocolate. Like, my wife has these, like, Andes mints, like chocolate chips. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's not my thing. Which is funny because I like mint by itself and I like chocolate by itself. I don't like them together. Alright, let's see. The gloves, I don't think they're fingerless. No, they don't look fingerless. Okay, so I guess we're good there. Don't know if there's any other things other than like the potential blue. I'm going to do this for myself so that I know I could just add it. We'll just add it under the breast. And I think there's also some lines on her armor up top. And this has got these two bands over here. Salted caramel. I like caramel by itself. But I've never had salted caramel. Ark says I don't like fish, but for some reason I like sushi. Same logic. Yeah. It's the exact same logic, you're right. I was never into fish when I was younger, but I love salmon. Like shrimp, lobster, things like that, but I'm not a sushi fan. Okay, and then I think the hardest part that I've had so far was the armor over here. So I'm going to start from the bottom. Humans are weird. Klaus Guy says, did you try sea salt ice cream? It tastes good. I have not tried sea salt ice cream. I don't even. I'm wondering if there's a spot nearby me that sells it. I would try it. I'll definitely try it. There's a lot of overlap here. I'm not trying to create like a tangent. So let's bring it out this way. Hey, Tatiana, welcome in. Uh, maybe a weird question. Stream randomly popped up in for my page. What exactly is Art Fight? By the way, the drawing looks really good. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Art Fight is essentially a place where artists join one of two teams. This year is Team Crystal and Team Fossil. You submit in your original characters, your OCs from, and it could be OCs from like fandoms that you make. And essentially, what you do is you attack each other by creating fan art for other people to score points for your team. So I'm gonna leave you a link through this one, so that in case you want to look up some more information about it, you can. Okay, it's almost over. We only have 1 week left. Happens every July. And then I'm also going to leave you a link to my page for Art Fight in case you want to follow after you make an account, if you decide to do that. But yeah, so there's only 1 week left. I actually don't even know what the score is right now, but I've got it. I can pull it up because this is the page. Let's see, what are we looking at? So it looks like Team Fossil is winning by very little, as you guys can see. Still a week left on this one, but not too bad. So there you go. And my goal with today's stream is to just do a comic book cover with a mass attack, which is just using multiple characters. I'm going to choose 5 from Team Crystal and 5 from Team Fossil, and they're going to like duke it out over here. That's the goal, anyways. The question is, can we make it happen? That's a different story entirely. But I'm glad you found this page. Like, I know I missed it last year. Last year, some of my students, I'm a teacher, so some of my students told me about it. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to join, but I missed it. And so I wanted to make sure I didn't miss it this year. And then when some of my buddies were talking about it, I was like stoked. I was ready to go. Yeah, someone said it was a landslide last year. And this year is very close. I'm really happy about how close it is. It makes it more interesting. All right, let's see. What happens if we erase this stuff now? And then, am I missing anything for this armor? I don't think so. All right, so let's turn, well actually, I say turn it all to black, but I think the problem would be that I won't remember about those blues that I put in. Yeah, maybe I will. We'll find out. There's an image over here. There's a reason I saved it. Alright, I think this is wildly not proportionate. What happens if it's 50-50? I have no idea. This is my first year. I have no idea. Do you think they'll just add an extra week? Or an extra day? I don't know. Leave it open for a limited number of hours to see who can gather the most points? I mean, possibilities, right? Just resizing some things. Coin toss? Oh man, coin toss. I'd be so sad if it came down to that, and that was the final determining factor. Was it comes down to calling it right. All that work It would be funny. No, honestly, I think it would be funny. It's like, oh, what do we do? Coin toss. All right, so this person, I think the sketch is done. So I'm just gonna merge those together. And then I will hide that for now. I gotta keep this one here. Because that's my main, or quote-unquote main one. Although I do think, potentially, actually, I'm thinking about this, because if I'm going to fit 5 across, she might have to come down a bit to this corner. Kind of like the Captain America from the one that I was showing you before. Yeah, so like this is the inspo piece. It's a little, it's a little much. Let's see. I think it's this one over here. But apparently that was not like a. For some reason it didn't turn out to be a good copy. Let's see. Does that fix it? Yeah, that fixes it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's the version. So like, Captain has like very little bit of himself in here. You got Iron Man's hand underneath his armpit. So this one I have her release. I have her leaning forward more. We'll see if I have to like slide her to the side or not. But yeah, just had a thought, random. We had the results and we don't know, so we can flip a coin. Yeah, that it would be funny. I do agree. I think that might be like a fun way, or not a fun way, but not honestly. Like I don't want that to happen, but they had no other choice, I guess. You know, there you go. I think I'm gonna just slide this over more, make it more bug-like. It's like when you think you're done, they just keep pulling you in. Alright, cool. So I'm going to lower the opacity on her. I think I said I was going to go with Spectra next. So Spectra's like the Spider Girl kind of character. First name Piper. Who do I have planned for this attack? So I chose 3 originally. But I still need another 2 because I'm hoping to fit 5 crystal on one side of this page. That's why I have that red divider just to kind of show me. And then 5 fossil characters. So I've got Spectra, and then I've got this guy over here. Let me remove her. Slipstream. So these are 2 other ones that I've got because I was trying to mess around with mech stuff, like armored stuff, because it's a weakness of mine. And I figured I would just try to get better by just drawing some armored stuff. Right? And then to obviously make it a little bit more difficult on myself, I'm doing it in front of all of you all. Hey, Brog the Frog. Whoa, Frog the Frog. There we go. Oh my goodness. Your chaos. Welcome in, welcome in. Well, while you're spamming the chat, don't forget to leave a like. Totally appreciate that. And if you're an art fighter, let us know. Definitely like to follow you. But yeah. Let's see. So this one would be the next character up. Let's see what we'll do with this one. I like the number of eyes for this character. I'm not gonna lie. Brog is doing good. Let's see. We got 6 arms. Yeah, there's 6 on here. What's Brog doing? I don't know. What's a firsty threat? I'm not entirely sure what that is. Hey, Rishit, welcome in. Well, as long as it doesn't get out of hand, I guess. Yeah, I'm doing a mass art attack on, that's my final art piece, I think. Should be final art piece. For art fight. So I'm doing 5 Team Crystal members and then 5 Team Fossil member art pieces. Right now I've only got 3 for Crystal that I've got planned. I still got to find 2 more members to attack. Wait, what sounds like a dog toy? 9k hits and counting? Not entirely sure. Let's see. Just gonna draw a body for this character first, so I can have an idea. Oh, it's a battle cry. Okay, okay. Yeah, and this spider is called Spectra. Let's see. How much? I don't. It's hard to try to. I normally do more of a landscape. This is more vertical, and so I'm trying to mess around with this, like the amount of space I've got. You gotta go? Yeah, no, appreciate you, Harian. You take care of yourself. I appreciate you stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day. I should be streaming again on Saturday, so in case you want to stop by. But yeah. So for like the and I know you guys have seen this already in the last stream, or watched me work on it before, but yeah. So I'm trying to So this one was more of a horizontal spread for my art fight battle, right, against the Fellowship, and so for this one it's more vertical. So I'm trying. I don't have as much space for the bodies. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to work on that. Ark says, bye, LOL, I think, Anger the Frog. Bragg the Frog says, please join me on Magma. You seem cool. Magma's the board where multiple people draw on, right? It's like that interactive whiteboard stuff. Still looks nice. Yeah, I appreciate it. I know I'm not going to see this. I'm just scribbling. Trying to figure out where I want these potential arms and how much of the body I'm actually going to see. Or how small this character's got to be in relation to the one up front. I think that's where I'm gonna have a tough time, I think. Okay, so I think I see the problem. And I think I can kind of figure out why that other set was done the way that it was, with Captain being a little bit more offside. So let's say we did that. And then this character, didn't mean the whole folder, just wanted this piece. And then this character can really be behind them. And, oh, you know what would help? I was just thinking about it. But maybe, like if this is in perspective, right? Pretend it's in perspective. Maybe the line that goes that way. So maybe lift her, I think it's a her, up to about here. means we might see a little bit more of, like, at least the leg come off to the side or something like that, for sure. Oh, you're trying to figure out why that creature looks like a character from Steven Universe? I've only seen a few episodes of Steven Universe. I'm not very familiar. Why would you... Whoa. What would you recommend drawing in an art block? Because the only thing I can draw is my friend's OCs. Oh my gosh. Well, if that's the only thing you can draw, it makes it a little tougher to break art block. But here's my random prompt. This one I usually give to my students, so it always just like opens up. But a polar bear. I'm typing this up as I say it. So a polar bear in outer space, wearing an astronaut suit, bowling bananas. I might have spelled bananas wrong. Oh my gosh. Bowling banana pins on the moon. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. And maybe not the polar bear. Maybe you might make it your friend's OC. Who knows? Let's see. Oh, snap. Arc. Thanks for sending me that. Yeah, it's got a similar vibe. Does it have the same amount of eyes? It's got like a similar color theme too. That's pretty cool. You'll try drawing it? Sweet. See, just drawing all these eyes. Try to figure out what we're seeing here. Well, actually, I guess it would be... Would I even see this part of the face? Because on the other one, she's looking across, right? Yeah, hold on. Let me update this. Oh, okay. So it's fusion. Oh, it definitely look cool. Let's see, and then it's got hair that swoops. Maybe I have to get rid of this girl for right now. What am I finding, Brog? I'm sorry. Find a video of your magma canvas? Yeah, I could do that at some point. Right now, I'm just going to focus on this. Is it under your name? If it's under your name, it makes it easy. All right, cool. Cool. I guess I gotta figure out how to draw a character with 6 eyes. That'll be like the most interesting thing. Especially with like making all the eyes, you know, have all this expression. Because one of the things that I try to do when I'm doing these is just like, if I had the pencil, if I was the one that created this character, I just got to think of how I would have drawn this character if I had all this as a prompt, like if I was the original creator. So I do have to change up some things here and there, I think, just to make it work for me. So I think... Let me go back a little bit. Keep hitting that undo button. So I think the mouth would be fine where it is. It doesn't make sense with the one that they've got up, but I think it'll be fine. And then I'll end up doing like those scrunches going through here, I think. Sometimes I also have to raise the forehead for all those little spaces. We'll see what that looks like in a little bit. I think the hair goes back too. Yeah, Thunder's right. Brog. It's a little much now. He's already telling you can't. see. This armor's got some spikes on it. It's a lot of red lines. I really should have changed the color up. Make that a little bit bigger. Let's see. Okay. So I think, and I'll start putting this one in here. There's where the first arm was. Second arm, I think I was having around here, but I think Riku's head blocks it, right? Or most of it? Okay. So we could try to draw that. Alright. There we go. Sorry, Brog. You're on timeout. It's a little much. Yeah, don't worry. I put him on a timeout. It's a bit much. It's also needy. Thank you. Yeah, no worries. I put up with it for a little bit. I did mention that, you know, you were right that the spamming should have stopped. He proceeded. He came in here with the one goal of spamming, so he succeeded with his goal. We pushed him out. It's just what it is. I gave him 30 minutes, but it'll be permanent on the next one. We'll see what happens. Let's see. I don't know if that arm's going to get blocked by the other character. Okay, so some of that arm would show. Okay. You wonder why I even chose the character with 6 arms. Oh, man. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? And then most of that... Oh, I see, and look, most of that side over here is going to get blocked out. Okay, so let me erase some of this stuff. Because again, it's not going to show, then I don't want to bother with it. So let's see what we got. That could go That'll get erased on this side. So most of this hand's gonna get gone too. Oh my gosh. Alright. This layout is just... It's driving me nuts a little bit. Because I'm like so restricted. Because again, like I'm not restricted here. I have space. Right? You know, you got a horizontal layout. You got a lot of space. And then I was able to do a bunch of full bodies. And then we get to this layout and we're like stuck. I'm only on character 2, so I'm trying to figure out where the other characters are going to fit on this one, you know? But yeah, that's going to be the tough part. Trying to figure out where they go. And you know what? I think I was making that other arm a little too close. But that's okay, because I think I'm just going to show green on that side. And then I'll make this character just tall. So that when I put in the 3 arms, it'll kind of make sense, hopefully. And again, I might have to shrink them all up again, too. Clearly, this character's a little too big. So if I shrink her down some and slide her over. And then this way I can still open up some space behind her. I think that'll work out a little bit more. But yeah. If you are just joining in, welcome. We are doing an art fight attack, mass art fight attack on Team Crystal and Team Fossil. So we got some friendly fire. We got some just regular attacks going on. If you are an art fighter in this stream and you're new to this stream, please drop your art fight handle in here. Let us know you're here. And if you're enjoying the content, go ahead and leave a like. It's free for you, and it means the world to me, honestly. And it'll help me continue to bring more eyes to this channel. And my main goal is just to essentially just increase the number of our, art community and just kind of bring us all together. But yeah. All right, so this person's got the armor, so we can just kind of do it that way. This one's going to be a kind of small off to the side. They didn't actually put fingers on their character, but I'm just going to treat it like it's got only like maybe 3 fingers. Just for like the 3 hands on each side kind of thing. Just give it 3 fingers just to kind of keep something repetitive in unity, things like that. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then I think, just to make it a little bit more interesting, just put like some design in here. Maybe this would be like machinery or something glowing or some fun aspect in here. Okay, I think this arm's going to be blocked off. They haven't elbowed that, or joint areas where they're just kind of like wide open. And this is only like this, essentially like the second time I'm doing like multi-character, so hopefully this one It's decently good. I had hopes for it to be just as good, if not better, than the other one I showed us on stream a couple times, but I don't think that'll happen. I think the motivation for that was just on a different level. One thing when you draw for friends versus just someone random. Okay. There we go. I kind of like it like maybe like this as opposed to all these extras. I'm not sure what's behind the character though. Because it does look like there's I don't know if it, because like right back there, I'm not entirely sure what that is because it's not anywhere else. But I think I'm gonna have to omit it. I don't think I can add it. Now without like really having an understanding of what that is. This is cool. I appreciate that, Thunder. Thank you. Yeah. I'm hoping it's gonna look good. If anything, I'll probably have to widen it more. And then that's what I'll have to do to make more space. It's what I had to do for the Creed character before. I had to make space so that she wasn't overlapping too much on Knight's character. But yeah, and I got some art fight like videos coming out soon enough. I think they'll probably be 2 or 3, I think, coming out for those. And then I still have to do a world building one, which admittedly it's supposed to be coming out next Thursday, but I don't think, like, I'm still drawing like one of the heroes that's supposed to be introduced, and I still haven't drawn the battle scene yet. So we'll see what happens to that. I might have to just do 2 world buildings in a month, just to make up for that time. Because our goal is coming up soon for that challenge. It's coming up in January, which doesn't sound like long, but this is supposed to be episode number 7, so like we're more than halfway through the challenge. Alright, let's see. I'm digging it. It'll make more sense once I once I start really adding them in there. So we'll turn that all black. Let's get rid of this one. Let's see if there's anything we need to move. Because with this character here, we'll just erase the stuff behind this. We'll have to lose the face a little bit. Although part of me still thinks like this character needs to be pushed back more. Either pushed back or shrunk down. But then I feel like I'd lose part of the character, or too much of the character. not sure. I'd have to play around with this. So let's make her blue. Keep him black. Can raise it up a little bit. Which won't be bad, right? You don't lose some of the key stuff. Some of that key detail. If I do it this way, I'm actually opening it up for more. Yeah. That might be the best option. Yeah, because the rest of this would be green. Okay, I think this is the spot I want to keep. This would be black. That would be black, which is fine because her visor is blue, so it won't even, like, they won't even, like, clash. Okay. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, so that's 2 characters, right? These were 2 that I said I was planning on. And then I've got Slipstream, who's the next one. Because again, the goal is 5 crystal, 5 fossil. If I only get 3 done, then I'm going to have to probably rethink. And I mean, like, rethink some of these on here. Need to get back to world building challenge as well. It is setting in the world of Mytopia. What's the world about, Thunder? Like, if you had to, like, give a synopsis for it, what would it be about? And this character's kind of cool. It's like, kind of reminds me of like a Mega Man or Proto Man type of thing, like type of character. And this guy I feel like I could put near the back. Like I wouldn't feel that bad if I threw him in the back over here. And then I would leave, obviously, some space for the next character. And then some other character back there. And I think that could be the 5. Because I don't think I could do them that way. And I do have to remember, like, I am keeping them looking in the same direction. And this one at least has like a pretty simplistic design. guess it could also be like a Power Ranger kind of thing too. I feel like I would. I feel like it needs a little bit more in the face, though. I'm not sure what the ends look like, so I think I'm gonna have to check the bookmark to see if there's another picture. But I don't know if there was. Thunder says, basically, my story is that every 100 years there is a new Dark Lord that threatens the peace of the world, but 15 heroes and a horse have to protect the world, and the main character have to help them. That I would read. That I would read. And you guys can see these unorganized ones because they're the exact same ones I have on stream. I got rid of everything else. Oh, you only had the one. Okay. So nanotechnology, gotcha. Brass knuckles, scarf. Scarf is the big one. It looks like because those pieces glow. Huh. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So maybe I don't know. Do I continue the trend of fitting them in here? Because I might have to just do it as 3 instead of 5. Yeah, no, for sure. Send it. I think we opened up a spot on the Discord too. Because Gibbs likes writing, I like writing, but a lot of my writing ends up on YouTube. But there is, in the community art section, there's a spot called Story Time, in case you want to drop lore there. Yeah, feel free. Did I just make it a 3v3? I guess I can. We'll see it. We'll see. Because then I feel bad not putting in majority of this body that he's got. Or if I have to cut him off by putting him back here or whatever. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, let's do that. And because I can't see the ear, I guess I'm going to make this up. Yeah, because then that ought to kind of cover this character. Because that scarf's got to show up. And I think the scarf can kind of swoop a little bit towards the back. Have a little bit of that glow there. And it should be good. Excuse me. Let me drink some water real quick. in from here, I think I gotta shrink him down. Because he's receding backwards. So maybe back him up a bit. I think most of his body would probably show. Yeah, and I think it'll just go to like just the top half. Let's see. Because I did a lot of glow effects on this one. But I think I could always have that scarf kind of, again, just kind of break the color back there. Because I don't know what color I'm going to use on that end. Bonnie, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing a mass art attack on both Crystal and Fossil for Art Fight, and I'm doing it based on like inspo from an Avengers vs X-Men comic. So this is the comic one that I looked at for like briefly. Honestly, it's very brief because mine's not looking like it. But I've got 3 characters so far, or working on 3rd character. My goal was originally 5 on the Crystal side and then 5 on the Fossil side to do battle. But I don't know if it's going to end up that way. I think it's just because of the way I laid it out. I was talking about possibly just increasing the width of this so that I could add more characters or just really start shrinking a lot of characters down. In all honesty, the blue character... this one right here was originally a lot bigger, and part of me is like, I feel like that would be like more of like that Captain America-esque character and shrink down some of the other characters behind them, because right now I'm just kind of like lifting them up in the background, but it's not making me feel like it's perfect if I want to add 5 and 5. So I am toying around with a few ideas here. I'm just going to finish drawing this guy in red real quick, and then I'm going to mess around with resizing and maybe repositioning before I decide whether or not I'm going to just do a 3 versus 3 or a 5 versus 5. But that's what I'm up to. What have you been up to? How have you been? What's good? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer, aren't I? Of course. I was about to say, I'm totally on the wrong layer. There you go. I don't like the crossover happening too fast either. Maybe I do have to resize now. it's on the other side. Oh, because that's where your picture is. You got to work on a mass art attack as well. Hey, Ben. It's a lot to do, huh? Yeah, this is my second big one, right? We've already seen this one. This one I liked because I had more space working it horizontally. Vertically, I'm like so limited. Because I know like Dempsey does a lot of vertical work. But here I'm like struggling because I don't do a lot of vertical work. But yes, hi. Yeah, I kind of feel better with this character just being fully shown. Well, not fully, but being bigger. So you've done like just two? Like a two character piece with as your multi attacks? I feel like I'd end up having to redraw everybody. If that's the if I end up doing it this way. Which I guess wouldn't be the worst. Right? I guess it wouldn't be the worst. If I had to redraw these. Because I want it to look right. Or right enough. Let's see. If I do decide just for just for this. Where am I? Oh my gosh, canvas size. If I do decide to extend this. Let's say 14. I think I increased it by 2, right? So let's make this 16. And that might give enough space. You can't think of anything for like an attack or who to choose like that. Okay, so I'm gonna run into an issue in a second, but that entire crystals versus fossils thing, I already merged those earlier, so this might be problematic. So signature has to drop down. one more time. Sorry for all the zooming out and zooming in. But I think I should have just gone down, right? So maybe there. So I just gotta extend those on the bottom. Color the sides up. So let me do that now. Just from there to there. Thunder says just posted a link in Discord so that you can read it. Yeah, no, definitely. I'll definitely read it. Yeah, definitely today. I like stories. I don't know. like good stories that I don't know that drop me into a place, like a good fantasy world, kind of like what you were talking about. But yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that I gotta move these layers and not that layer. Brog, your timer's up. There you go. It's a work in progress, but you're happy with where it's at. No, that's awesome. I like that. Yeah, no, absolutely. Too many hands to draw? Yeah, lots of hands. Okay. I think it's where I placed the head. Let's resize her. I'm just hoping I'm not running into the same issue no matter what. And just to give you guys a heads up, I'm probably staying on for another maybe 6-ish minutes, give or take. Give or take. Just thought of something? Sweet, sweet. But yeah, I do think I'm going to end up having to redraw some of these characters. Or just have like a couple of rows of these guys. Let's see. Thunder says, Brog, this will be your only warning. Don't spam chat. Yeah, it'll be a ban for sure. But I figure you learned your lesson. It's been 30 minutes. Cloud Guy says, I finished the drawing, but it doesn't look like he is on the moon. LOLs. Oh, man, I want to see it. So, if you don't mind, I don't know if you have a Discord or not. But you could hop into mine, and then there's a spot for you to post art. So if you want to post it, feel free. Let's see. Probably put a little bit more of this character here. Okay, let's do it. Let's put a little bit more. Because this was going to go this way. I was connecting that way. Oh, you posted on YouTube? Okay, cool, cool. So I'll definitely check it out. Okay. Now, because I made him bigger, I feel like the arms are so small and skinny. Oh my goodness. This is the problems I deal with. Let's see. What happens if I free transform it? Could I? I don't know if it'll do what I want it to do. It would be eating up some space. And then move these two guys back. Then I'll color that just so I know that's part of the green. I think that'd be kind of cool. But I'm wondering if I also want to... I think it might eat up potential space for another character, though, if I do this. But it might show that, you know, they have both their arms up ready to go. And I could eat up this backspace with the other arms too, I think. Oh, don't want to shrink you. This way, if I do it this way, I'm eating up the space, and it helps me show that they are not just floating heads. So that's the hope, right? That's the hope right there. But again, I think I am gonna have to do this as a maybe potential 3 versus 3, unless the other characters are small. This guy. Yeah, he doesn't really have much room. The other thing I could think of is I shrink up the top part. And then let some characters overlap it, which could look cool. Could look cool with like a head floating up. So like this guy, for instance, could be one of the ones up here. and you could eat up this space, and that wouldn't be terrible, right? And then I definitely have room for at least another one. But yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see it when it's done. Like, the idea phase of it takes me a good minute. And it's why when I did the big battle scene for the Fellowship of the Art things, I had already spent a good amount of time pre-blocking them out. And then when I got on stream, it was just sketch, you know? But here I am just kind of sketching as I go. What up, Rob? Yeah. Ooh, that's the wrong color. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. And then of course I end up working on these off stream anyways, which is perfect because then I can get all the randomness to get off and out of my head, you know? So let's make this a shoulder. And then we could have that scarf blow back this way. And that other one can blow back that way. And then this whole, well, the black line could disappear. This whole area could become white. And just to help remind me of this, I'm just gonna sketch in white on him. But yeah. And then I can change this pose, but I don't want to block. See, and that's the problem right here too, is I'm trying not to block that logo that I put down. So I think if I can keep him this way, then I could have his fist over here maybe. Or at least if I'm going to overlap, I don't want to overlap exactly onto the C. Maybe I got to shrink this a bit. Or maybe I just mimic the pose he has. Because the pose he has going on is just, you know, doing the whole, like, Superman pose. And that eats up this space and that space right behind the hair. So this would be dark, dark, and dark. This could be that glowing blue, glowing blue. All right, I think I kind of like this one. I think this one's the one I'm going to go with. Yeah, so let's do it that way. And this could be his little logo. All right, okay. I'm not hating that idea. I kind of like it. But yeah. Thinking that works. Yeah, so I think that's it. I think this is where I leave it, because I really do have to go. But I'll probably work on this off stream, like I normally do. I don't know if I'll work on the fossil side yet. I'll definitely work on the crystal side. Hopefully get the line work done if I can tonight, because it's not gonna be a lot, right? Because we got a lot of overlapping parts, which would be kind of cool. So I'm hoping to find hopefully 2 more characters that I can work with for this one. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate you guys leaving a like on the stream. If you haven't, please leave one before you leave. And again, I'll be streaming on Saturday. I don't know what time yet, but it'll probably be for a good amount of time, I think. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys then. All right. So until then, you guys take care of yourselves. Have a good one. Bye-bye.